It was a piece of news that came quite unexpectedly. Word about a ceasefire that had apparently been agreed. It was exactly what civilians in Gaza were desperate to hear.
We want to renew our lives once again. I want to fix my house. I want to visit my neighbors, visit my relatives. Thanks be to God.
But there were also questions and much confusion. Officials from Hamas said they'd accepted a deal that includes a limited ceasefire. But the Israelis replied that the deal was unacceptable to them. In Israel, a spokesman for the military had little to add.
We are exploring every single thing that we hear, and we're exhausting the potential about negotiations and bringing back the hostages. And that is our main mission, to bring them home as quickly as possible.
According to an Israeli official, Hamas had accepted a proposal forwarded by the Egyptians. And as for the Americans, well, they said the negotiations could go either way.
I won't be able to comment any further on this until we know where things stand. I hope you can understand that. I know everybody's curious about what's in this response, what the Israeli reaction to it is. I'm just not going to get ahead of the process. We want to get these hostages out. We want to get a ceasefire in place for 6 weeks. We want to increase humanitarian assistance. And the last thing that I want to do is say anything at this podium that's going to put that process at risk.
It's difficult to know much about the terms being negotiated, but an Israeli plan for a military operation in Rafah has already begun. Our team found thousands of residents trying to flee on horse-drawn carts and trailers and trucks. This is the only part of the Gaza Strip that hasn't been occupied by Israeli troops, and they've signaled their intent to seize it like this. Leaflets ordering the evacuation of Rafah's eastern districts were dropped from above. Residents told to travel to a coastal area called Al-Mawasi and to do so immediately.
We don't know where to go. We have nowhere to go. We can't find transport to get to Al-Mawasi. The roads are full of crowds. It will take hours to get to Al-Mawasi, Khan Yunis or any other area.
100 kilometers to the north, in the city of Tel Aviv, family and friends of Israeli hostages being held in Gaza demonstrated and remonstrated for a deal with Hamas. Israel's all-powerful war cabinet now set to discuss their adversary's latest proposal. John Sparks, Sky News in Jerusalem.